Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, collectors of adult age, Dave here yet again with another video for you. This one's a little bit different. In the comments of a previous video, or one of the previous videos, I was asked to do a video about my custom Regeneration suit Superman. So that's what this video is. As some of you may remember, I am a big fan of the Death and Return of Superman storyline. Return of Superman giant trade here. And within the pages, I will show you in just a moment when I get to it. I bookmarked some stuff here. There's a couple images that I wanted to recreate with my custom. Basically, that one is one of them. And a little bit later, a combination of this one and that one. It's got the silver S boots, wrist bracers or cuffs, if you will. That's essentially the look I was going for. So I was like, I thought for a while that I would be able to do that with the right combination of figures. And at the end of the story, he's in his reds and blues again, his primary colors. So I was using the Dark Knight Superman, Dark Knight Rises, Returns, whatever Superman, and the Dark Knight's Death Metal Superman. Originally, I was like, bloop, pop that head off, pop that head off, put the long-haired head onto that body. I was like, oh shit, that is a long-haired Superman right there. I was like, that doesn't look too bad just right there like that, does it? So later on, I was like, well, I got this extra body here. Pretty much, I put the head on that body. That's the way it was for a while. But in the process of getting another one of these and an extra head, the neck dog bone ripped out. So basically, I've got a headless body here. But moving on, this guy here is the Dark Knight. Let me brighten it up again a little bit. Yeah. It's the Dark Knight Rises body with the Death Metal head. Bought this one on eBay all by itself, and I bought the body on eBay solo as well. You'll notice that there's no cape on him. I had to take the cape off. I can get him standing there. So I heated this guy up and started peeling back the cape pieces with the X-Acto knife and a screwdriver until it came up. And then I heated, peeled, and pulled until the essentially the peg keeping the cape in the back came loose. Then I cleaned it up some, and I used Need-Tite blue yellow, the original green stuff. Had a little bit of this left over, sculpting putty, epoxy, and equal parts. And so I used that to fill in the shoulder holes and the hole in the back. You see there. If you look, you can just see the edge of the putty right there. If it would focus on it, there you go. See the edge of the putty there, and up into the neck on both sides. And I sanded it and sculpted it down into the approximate shape and contour that I wanted. And on the back, I did the same for the hole in where the cape mounted. I used the putty and gave a rough musculature, and then I filed and sanded until it was good enough. Sitting on the shelf, you don't even notice it. It's only super close that you see it. But to paint, I blew it all apart. Heated, popped, pulled. Arms and everything were pretty easy. But for the legs and the elbows, I used a little precision screwdriver set. Little thing there. Let me find the bits. I used a bit like that for the knee pegs. Once they were warmed up, I just took it and just freaking jammed it through there until one side poked out, and then jammed it, kept going until I could pop the leg joint off. Did the exact same thing for the, come on, dang it, doesn't want to get out of there, for the elbows with the smaller tip, because smaller peg. That's how I did that. And that's the little flathead tip that I used to pry off the cape. Then once I had it all blown apart, I took the knee joints. Let me zoom in so we can see here. Took the knee joints. I sanded this piece on the upper and lower. Did the same with the elbow. I sanded the inner bit of the elbow down. Sanded the inside of the torso. Excuse me. And the butterfly joints. But I don't think it mattered because this guy is super stiff, and as you can see, there's paint rub there. But that's alright. It's not going to see a lot of action. But once I had him sprayed, because I use my airbrush mostly for the black, you can see a bit of red on the leg trunks coming through. I sprayed them, and most of the paint wear came when I reassembled them. The neck I did by hand, like multiple coats to get it to this color here. And yeah, that's about it really. Once I popped the joints, cleaned up the fitment so I can bend the knees without a lot of paint wear. A little bit here and there, but who's going to see it sitting on the shelf? The elbows look about like that. You can tell there's a little different texture because I sanded that. And that's pretty much it. Reassembled them, took some pictures, and that is my custom Regeneration suit Superman. What do you think? Do you dig it? I dig it. I dig it quite a freaking bit. Hope that answers your question. I forgot to make note of your name, but I hope you enjoyed this little video. Taking a look at my Regeneration suit Superman. The legs, I just painted the boots, taped it off, painted the boots to silver. The wrist cuffs, I had to paint and eyeball the line around it. But it was a lot of fun. I enjoyed it, and I hope you enjoyed this video. If you have any other questions, drop them in the comments. Deuces.